Hello and welcome. I'm Rahul. If you're watching me on my Facebook page, on my YouTube channel, my talk show, and if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. I always come up with new ideas and try to inform you of latest development, whatever is happening in the real world, because I strongly feel that if you keep yourself motivated and updated, you'll be apt for every opportunity that will come in your way, because this is an information age. And if you have aptness, if you have agility, if you are tech savvy, if you are working on your craft each and every day, trying to make it perfect, you will certainly get success. Nobody can cast aspersion about your ability. Nobody will be skeptical. And that kind of conviction, that kind of self-confidence, I want to foster, I want to create in your mind, because it is strongly related to your self-confidence and mindset. Whatever success you want to find, until unless you don't have self-confidence, you don't have your own mindset, your positive mindset working in your favor, you will have darkness around. And that is why it is important that your own self-confidence should be working for your own self. And that is why conviction is important. Conviction that you can take any action for your future, that you can stand, that you can learn something, that you can unlearn something and relearn it. Because learning, unlearning, and relearning is important. That I have iterated in my previous video as well. Because I strongly tell you that many people, especially young generation, they want to make their communication skill better. For that, what you should do, if you are a student, or if you are going to pursue a career, you require to make yourself better in communication skills. That is what is the demand of each and every organization. For that, where you should focus, if you ask me, spoken English is more important. If you are able to convey your message, if you are able to deliver whatever you think, and perfectly you can deliver it to another body who is listening to you, what could be better than that? And for that, I treat that listening is one of the most important thing. If you are at zero level, start listening to podcasts, start listening to me as well on Facebook, on YouTube, or wherever you are listening. You just listen to native speakers, you just listen to English speakers, all podcasters who are making videos. Because if you are scrolling up and down all the reels, it is not going to benefit you. Where you can utilize your time, you can use your time in a perfect manner. That should be your thought process. Each and every time, if you'll invest your time in certain good things, you will be able to enhance it. You'll be able to work and hone your skills. This is what is importance of time. See, many people trade their time, but every motivational speaker or whoever you will interact with, those who have been successful, they will tell you that don't trade your time if you want to make much more money. And this is reality. First of all, use your time very cautiously. If you will use your time very aptly, very remarkably, you will understand exactly that it will fetch you a lot of skills, and thereafter you will apply that, and its implications will be better. So execution of each and every movement is much more important. Whatever you are thinking, wherever you are directing your energy, because you have neuroplasticity in your brain. And wherever you will interact, wherever you will give a stress, your brain will adapt that functionality. And this is the importance of understanding that a human brain can function. It has agility, and that is what you have to amplify. Yeah, we were talking about how to improve your communication skills and spoken English. Yeah, listening is one of the most important thing. If you're continuously listening for 6 months, you will have a corner in your brain, which will interpret all the sentences that will come to your brain. Yeah, maybe you would not be able to understand much more meanings, but for meanings you can look up dictionary, and you can references words as soon as possible. You can go to Google or any dictionary, you just ask there and you will get the answer. One of the best thing that has come today is artificial intelligence. With the help of Gemini, Google Gemini, or Chat GPT, you can amplify your vocabulary quite effectively. This is what is one of the most important thing that you should do. It is one of the most important thing that you should do, and that is what is the time requirement that I was talking about. You should have time in your mind. It is essential that you utilize your time in a good manner. 6 months is enough. 6 months, if you are giving to listening, you can amplify your knowledge in a very good way. Beyond that, working on your reading and writing is also important. Writing is also important. Initially, if you want to, for writing, you should amplify your grammatical knowledge as well. English is a literature, English is a literature, and it has very depth. Suppose a long sentence, whenever you are going to make, many parts of a speech is aligned and attached to it. So grammatical knowledge is also important. What kind of grammars and parts of a speech you should know, I will tell you in this video. For if you will read a lot, your vocal cord will be better, your pronunciation will be better. If you want to retain your vocabularies, reading is also important. If you continuously read, many vocabularies reappears, and you'll be able to retain that. If you refer to dictionaries, you'll be able to retain that vocabulary for longer period of time. Writing, I was talking about writing is also important. If you don't have writing skills, how you can write a good letter, or how can you write your own book, or whatever you want to do. For writing, you have to have grammatical knowledge. And grammars, if you'll ask me, let's from basic. So first of all, you have to understand how to identify parts of a speech in a grammar. If you learn there how to identify parts of a speech, the 8 part of a speech, everybody knows: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. If you want to identify all these in a sentences, you should have keen knowledge of grammar, and there you will understand that not only identifying, learning certain rules will amplify your writing skill, and later on you'll be able to speak impeccably. What is important in grammar? If you want to make a structures of sentences, tenses are really important. Tense is good. Before that, nouns and pronouns, especially cases. Case, if you want to learn, case is important of pronouns. If you learn case, thereafter subject verb agreement. So subject agrees with verb, where it would be plural, verb will be plural, where it would be singular, verb will be singular. How to use that, subject verb agreement is one of the most important thing that you should know. Tense is important if you want to make sentences. Main thing is, identifying parts of a speech. Later on, I told you subject verb agreement, identifying, verb. Uses of verb is also important. If you talk to me, the non-infinite verbs are very important, crucial. Especially gerund, infinitive, and past participle and present participle. These 3 are non-finite verbs, and its uses are used whenever you will try to identify errors. Many errors come from these non-finite verbs, uses of non-finite verbs. That you should learn. Later on, I would tell you voices and narration is good for spoken English. Later on, you can learn that. Preposition, uses of preposition is important. How preposition takes a noun and pronoun in a sentence. When you will identify the parts of a speech, you will see there how to identify noun as well. How, when, where, for identify, adverb. So these are things important. Who, whom, and what is for identifying nouns. These are the simple things that you will learn when you will be identifying parts of a speech in a sentence. And determiner and preposition, articles, these are simple things that you have to learn. Preposition, you have to go through a lot of vocabularies, and there you'll retain that uses of preposition, how it takes with a special vocabularies. You have to learn that. English is very depth, it has a very depth because it is a literature. But once you will be master in this very field, you will understand that you have access to a language which can open a huge vault for you, a vault of knowledge, which is, thank you for listening to me.